Hello everyone. Today we'll learn about what is dart manipulation. Dart manipulation is shifting of darts from one position to another. And when we shift darts from one position to another, we create interesting and innovative dart placements, and interesting style lines are also created by doing so. But what is a dart? A dart is a wedge shape cut on a garment, and the purpose of this dart is to give fitting to the curved parts of a human body. So you would find a dart in a body's front, you would find dart in the body's back, you would also find darts in a skirt, front as well as back, and in trousers too. So as I said, the purpose of a dart is to give fitting to curved parts of our body. Our body is not flat, it has curves on it. So to give fitting to these curves and try and make sure that the garment fits well to the contours of an individual wearing it, we place darts on a garment. So today we'll learn about the various dart placements first, and in my following videos I will be sharing about the 4 styles that are given in our book for dart manipulation. So let us first check out the positions for dart placement. The very first position that we have is at the waist level. A dart is given a name by the area or place where it is placed. Like I have this dart at the waist position. So it is called as a waist dart. So anywhere on the waist, it will be called as a waist dart, excluding the intersection points like this and this. Anywhere on the center front, it will be called as a center front dart, but again excluding the intersections, that is here and here. Anywhere on the neck will be a neck dart, again excluding the intersection. Anywhere on the shoulder will be a shoulder dart, again excluding the intersection. Armhole will be an armhole dart, again excluding the intersections. So let us first give the numbers and names to the darts that are there in our book. So the very first one that we have is labeled as 1, and this is called as a waist dart. So I can write down here also waist dart. Then after that, the second one that's marked is a shoulder dart. So as I said, anywhere on the shoulder is a shoulder dart. So I am trying to mark a position here and have labeled it as 2. And then further, I can label this dart by writing down shoulder dart next to it. Then anywhere on the neck is a neck dart. So anywhere on this surface, I can mark a point 3 and label it as a neck dart. This is a neck dart. Anywhere in the center, it is a center front dart. So there are 3 positions that are marked in our book. I will mark those 3 positions. One is exactly in front of the apex, and this is labeled as number 6. One is a little above this, 0.6, and this is labeled as number 5, and one below this. So as I said, anywhere around a particular area, it is given the name as per the location where it is placed. So all these are center front darts. They can all be labeled as center front dart. But the one that's number 6, another name that's given to this is to number 6. I will put it on one side for reference. This is the cleavage position. So this dart is also called as a cleavage dart. After this, I will move to the side seam. Anywhere on the waist, we've already marked 1 point here. So I'll move on the side seam and I'll mark 2 points here, 10 and 11. So these two darts, these two positions are called as side dart or the side seam dart or the underarm dart, because this is the underarm position. So any one name can be given to these darts. So I will write down side seam dart over here. So they are both the same. It's just that different position has been given to them. Anywhere on the armhole curve will be an armhole dart, and I am labeling this as number 12. And the name given to this is an armhole dart. Now let's move to the intersection points, starting from the neck. So actually in our book, in our fashion studies book, they have not given a name to this. But let us just give a name to these intersections that are there. And I'm labeling it as number 15. And intersections are given name as per the area where they are placed. So the points intersecting are the shoulder and the neck. So the name of this particular dart position is neck, shoulder, intersection, dart. Let us move to this position and name it as number 4. Join it to the bust point. See, on a bodies, all the darts, they radiate from one point, and that is the bust point. So whatever dart positions that we are marking, we have to always join them to the bust point. So this number 4 is actually a neck and a center front intersection. So we will label it as neck, center front, intersection, dart. Okay, we have done 5, 6, 7. Now I'll move to number 8. Now this is again an intersection point, center front and waistline intersection. So we can name it as center front waist dart or center front waistline intersection dart. So I will label it as center front waistline intersection dart. Let's move to this position. This is again an intersection point. So in board exams, this question has come earlier. This is a French dart. I will tell you another name of a French dart. So they've asked what is another name of a French dart. So a French dart can be also called as a side seam waistline intersection dart, because this is formed by intersecting these two positions. So I label it as side seam waistline intersection dart. Now I'll move to the next position. After 9, it's 10, 11 taken care. This is number 14, and this position is again an intersection point of armhole and side seam. So the name given to this is armhole side seam intersection dart. Armhole side seam intersection dart. And then this question has also come as in, what is this position? This is a shoulder armhole intersection position, and another name given to this position is a flange dart. So we will write down number 13 as flange dart. And another name given to this is shoulder armhole intersection dart. So anywhere a dart can be shifted to develop different designs and also to develop style lines. So in my next video I will be sharing style 1, that is shoulder dart to the waist. Thank you.